Extension to your number and technical issues or to the slideshow broadcast, please call our toll hotline at 336-464-1806.
Here's coming. I mean, I wouldn't. Okay. Never again. So we should be able to hear ourselves, right? Parker, about 7:20, 7:30.
1 minute until air time on the Rice Sports Network.
Do I get to put this on? Yeah. Sweet.
"30 seconds until airtime on my mark." Mark, 30 seconds. Your next and final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Coming up on 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds stations. Have fun.
The following is a Learfield presentation of the Rice Sports Network. On the Rice Sports Network from Learfield, live from Palace Social. Welcome to the José Cruz Jr. Show. The José Cruz Jr. Show is brought to you by IBEW Local Union 716, by Carbach, crafted for serious fun, and by Palace Social, one of Houston's premier entertainment and event destinations, offering high-end food and cocktails, bowling, virtual reality, arcade, and so much more. Now, to lead things off, along with the coach, here's the voice of the Owls, J.P. Heath.
Yes. Welcome back. We made it here. Palace Social, the new home of the José Cruz Jr. Show here. It is going to be a blast here this Monday and the next 7 Mondays. The regular season leading up into that conference tournament here just down the road. The Palace Social is at 4119 Bel Air Boulevard. And, of course, on our first edition of the José Cruz Jr. Show, we have José Cruz Jr. We got him as a guest coming up. We also have the Conference USA Pitcher of the Week, Parker Smith, somewhere. Make him blush. Appropriate. Good timing on that, Parker, in your own backyard here in Bel Air there. That worked out. Appreciate you. We also have the one and only pride of Marietta, Georgia. Owls leading hitter coming off a career-high 4-hit game on Sunday. Pierce Gallo. Pierce, yeah. Trying to be modest over there. And then Coach Cruz and I will come back and we'll preview those Houston Cougars. That is tomorrow night down at Trader Park. And then we talk about the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. And what a great time here. This year, something we've added here, we've done it with the Mike Bloomgren shows. We've done it with the Scott Parrish shows. And now we have the José Cruz Jr. shows. We're streamed live on YouTube and Facebook. What a world it is here. And we're joined by not only a pride of Bel Air, but a pride of Rice University and the proprietor here, Mr. Billy Forney. Billy, how are you?
I'm doing well, JP. Thank you for being here. We're so happy to have the Rice family here at Palace Social.
Yeah, thanks for having us. It seems like a perfect partnership here. What drew you in. Obviously, you've been around Rice forever and a day, and just love your baseball and you love your weather too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm a big tweeter, and my big hobby is the weather. But Palace Social, which has been in the makings for the past 4 or 5 years, we opened in July of 21. So we've been open just over a year and a half. It's been a fantastic experience. It was tough in the going, coming out of the COVID pandemic, but we're starting to hit our stride now, which is fantastic. We're so excited. And, a lot of the things that I came up with, playing sports, the team aspect, family aspect, I brought that same sort of mantra and culture and core values to Palace Social. And what we've done here is something special. We've got a great team. We've got a great family here. And hopefully the people that come and enjoy our venue experience the same thing that we're trying to bring to the community. So happy to have Rice University here, happy to have Coach Cruz, and happy to have everybody here experiencing this for the first time.
Well, tell us about it, because for the ADHD crowd, it's a little much, but that's a good thing because you can get a little bit of everything. You got the arcade. I didn't even talk about the simulators yet. You got bowling. You got high-end food, craft cocktails. So give us the kind of virtual nickel and dime tour, so to speak.
Man, you just hit it all, basically. Okay. So we've got, 3 great elevated items. We are trying to challenge the status quo of family entertainment centers. We have an elevated restaurant with an elevated menu. We've got a fantastic bar with craft cocktails. Anything you want, we got it, right? And not only that, we have entertainment. So like you said, we have bowling, we have an arcade, we have multi-sport simulator bays. So you can go in there. In fact, I hope Coach Cruz goes over there and starts pitching a little bit and hitting some home runs in our simulators. We've got several other things that people don't see, and we try to make sure that everybody tries it out. Like, for example, we've got a dark ride theater. We've got a virtual reality experience. We have so much packed into such a small area. You got to come try it. And we have a lot of people here, JP, that just come to eat. We got a lot of people here that like a museum. They may only get to bowl one time and can't go to the arcade, and they come back more and more times. It's fantastic. It's wonderful.
So you got the Papa Shot back there too with the big arcade, but it's so family intensive because I've seen just coming here the last couple hours, you got the kiddos roaming about, but again, you got the bar too. So it all melds together nicely here, doesn't it?
Yeah. So one of the check boxes that we wanted to build here is something that the mom and dads of the area could bring their kids, and the mom and dads can go up to the bar or eat something, and while the kids go get to play. And that's really something that people have found. It's a wonderful experience. And look, Palace Social is the rejuvenation of the old Palace bowling lanes, right? It was here from the mid-1950s in one way, shape, or form. It was a bowling alley for almost 50 years. And it crossed all those generations, right? So many different generations that experienced birthday parties, corporate events, team building exercises, you name it, right? And so when we brought this back, this new concept, we wanted to hit that right off the bat. And I think we've done that. I think we have.
It's amazing. And people can rent it to palacesocial.com or just give you a ring.
palacesocial.com, exactly. And just a simple correction, we're 4191 Bel Air Boulevard.
First mistake.
No,
EJP.
Very close to, in fact, right adjacent to Moeller's Bakery, for those of you who've been around this area for a long time.
Hey, give us a Jose Cruz Jr. story back in the day. You Bel Air guys, I guess he was a little bit higher on the depth chart than you, right?
Well, so I'll tell you something more actually university related. So when I went to Rice, Jose Cruz, Coach Cruz, and I are the same year, right? So in my first year, I tried to play football, tore my ACL, recovered, came back the second year, my sophomore year, and I tried to play baseball. There's Coach Cruz over there. And what I remember, I love telling people, right, is in fall ball, I played 3 glorious months of Rice baseball in fall ball of 1993. And there was Coach Cruz on the A team, right? And I was on the B team, both playing center field. And I loved playing with him, against him, even in those inter squad games. It was wonderful. He was such a great character. And when Rice decided to bring him into the foray and manage this team, I knew we'd have something special. And I'm looking forward to these next few years with you, Coach.
Hey, thanks, Bill. Yeah. Appreciate you. Thanks for
Thank
everything.
you so much.
Yeah, and can't thank you enough for
Yes, sir.
having us out here.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank
The
you.
great Billy Forney here with Palace Social, 4191 Bel Air Boulevard. Just hop and a skip, just down from campus. Good food, good friends, good times here at Palace Social. Now, speaking of Coach Cruz, we'll have him coming up next. It talks some Owls baseball. A lot to get to wrap up this past weekend and just the first calendar half of the season coming up. It's the José Cruz Jr. Show live from Learfield. Back in a moment from Palace Social.
Have no post-game plans? You do now. Head down the street to Little Woodrow's in Rice Village and relax over indoor and outdoor games, sports, and drink specials that a college student can't refuse. All you have to do is bring your student ID to enjoy $2.50 domestic drafts. Also, don't miss out on our Thursday college nights as we've got $2 domestic drafts and $3 shot specials. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on all of our upcoming events and specials. Little Woodrow's, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.
Doubletree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites is the preferred hotel for anybody visiting the medical center, the museum district, or Rice University. We offer the largest suites in the medical center, complete with full kitchens, and our full-service restaurant and outdoor pool will make your stay complete. We look forward to having you experience the Doubletree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites soon. And if you need a group rate or 10 or more rooms, don't forget to call 713-528-7744. That's 713-528-7744.
From the first pitch to the final out.
And the Ole Miss Rebels are your national champions.
We've got your college baseball fix.
Dial in for the latest news and nuggets about the dudes on the diamond from the boys who know it best.
Take a trip around the bases with us, Kyle Schatzberger, David Kahn, and Michael Serber as we journey toward Omaha.
We've got the inside scoop, even on raccoons.
My redneck took over, and I just reached down and grabbed it.
Climb aboard by searching College Sports Now.
Owls fans, you may not think of yourself as an athlete, but everyday life is full of athletic feats. You bend, you reach, you lift, you twist until back, neck, or shoulder pain hits, which brings you to a stop. So whether you're an athlete or not, the Joint Chiropractic can help ease your pain and keep you on the active list. Visit any of our 40-plus Houston area locations or thejoint.com today to get your first consultation, exam, and adjustment for just $29. The Joint Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of Rice University Athletics.
Welcome back to the José Cruz Jr. Show. Here again, the voice of the Owls, J.P. Heath.
Yes. Welcome back here, the José Cruz Jr. Show, live here at Palace Social. Good food, good friends, good times here at Palace Social. Stay tuned. Coming up next, a definite Bel Air theme here. We have Parker Smith and then Pierce Gallo, but joined now by second-year Bixby family head baseball coach of our Rice Owls, José Cruz Jr. Coach.
How are you?
Outstanding. More importantly, how are you doing?
I'm great, man. Happy to be here.
Yeah. How about this in your own backyard, right?
This is my first time coming to Palace Social since it used to be Palace Lanes, and we basically grew up here. And anyone who went to Bel Air High School was like, this was the hangout. So it was it's changed quite a bit. It was not as updated before, but I'm happy to be here.
So I gave Billy some fire on you, so equal return fire. What do you remember about Billy from his foray into
what I remember? Just a great man, great person, very genuine in everything he did. So it was definitely a pleasure to be around him all the time. So it's easy to rekindle right away because you end up going off and having a career or whatever, and then coming back. So to be able to come here and then knowing that he's the guy that's running this place, it's awesome. It's definitely a fit. I'm all about anything Rice, so I'm glad we're here.
Well, a lot to get to. I always joke the first shows are the easiest ones to do because we have the half of the season before us to break down, not every game, obviously, but just your general feelings as we were talking at the airport yesterday, just a different sentiment, an elevated mood, and things are going in the right direction. Obviously not where you want them to be right now, but just this first half of the year. What have been some of the things you've liked and the things you still want to improve on?
There's definitely tons to improve on, but one of the things we wanted to do is make sure we raised the floor. We wanted to make sure that we had a standard of play that's what you needed to do to be able to get on the field, or you're not getting on the field, right? So I think we raised the standard from a year. So in a year, we're way better off right now than we were a year ago. I mean, we're currently at 14 wins. I mean, last year we got 14 wins. I want to say when we beat U of H, actually Parker was pitching that day. in mid-May. So we're doing way better. Things are starting to come around. We're getting the athletes that we want in place. We're molding them. We're working on them physically. We're working on them mentally. It's just full service what we got going on here at Rice. So I'm pleased so far with the effort that the guys have shown. I think they have a lot of want to. They definitely want to be pushed. I think they push themselves to try to be better. And at the same time, right now, the offense has been able to have a lot of big innings this year. And that's one of the things we preach, and just keep grinding at-bats out and dragging them out every inning, have high pitch count on the starter, and get into the bullpen as fast as we can.
How about on the coaching staff? Parker Banks has been a welcome addition. Before, I think it was this weekend, I'd read the note from Chuck. It was like in conference games, the first couple of weeks, the lowest or the second lowest ERA. So it's you're seeing it now on paper. But take us beyond the paper. What has Parker done to improve the pitching staff so well?
So Parker is a man of few words. And so the moment I remember we were looking for a pitching guy, and we wanted to get I know what I wanted. And I was like, I need to talk to him to make sure that we're on the same page. And Paul Janich actually recommended me to talk to Parker Bangs, so I did. And Parker and I spoke for about an hour and a half, which is kind of unique to both of us, really. But we were basically talking about the game and talking about experiences and everything. And then we started getting into the pitching philosophy. And we shared the same pitching philosophy, and a lot of it had to do with the ability to be able to pitch inside. And that's something that we shared that not many guys talked about. And so it was a quick fix or quick for me as far as knowing that he was the guy. And the moment he got here, he's been very assertive. He's taken control of the pitching. All the pitchers respond to him. He has a plan. He has a very unique way of looking at the pitching as far as how you attack the hitters. He also knows, and now with all the tech that we have with the pitching lab, et cetera, we were able to see what works best with certain guys and how to tunnel different pitches and have them be the most effective. And he's done a great job so far.
And on the offensive side, there's been some improvement. You've had some great young players show up. I think it was before the Saturday game. You had, including the Saturday game, 15 home runs the last 8 or 9 games. And what do you attribute that to? And the guys have really taken to the different hitting approach, if that's the way to put it.
Well, I think there's many layers to this, but from start, we always preach about getting a swing off and being aggressive and just taking a shot at something big when you can, when it makes sense, as opposed to just trying to make contact. So I think that's part of it. I think the other part is guys are starting to understand their timing and understand what gives them the best chance to be successful, and they're starting to get more confidence. So I think that's part of it. Guy was hurt at the beginning of the year. He came back. He had some homers. I want to say 2 weeks ago, he had like 4 homers in a week. Royo's coming along power-wise, which is not really that much of a surprise, except for he's a freshman. Nobody saw it except for we knew that he's very talented and he has very fast hands. And just for him to be able to get in some success early on is definitely it's great. And he's playing shortstop too. So I mean, those things stand out. Paul Smith out there showing some power. Pierce Gallo doing a great job hitting the ball all over the place. So things like that are going to help us. I mean, Holderbach coming in and showing some power as well. So our lineup is lengthening. I think that's something we want to do. And ultimately, when we want to get to a point where our lineup is 9 strong and we are difficult to pitch to. But I feel like that's coming in the near future.
So as far as big wins this year, obviously you beat Texas Tech. What are some of the other big wins this season for you? What are some you think, okay, we're getting closer to where we need to be?
Well, I think the first win of the year was a big win for us. We were down 5-0 against a very good ULL team. And, we hadn't really shown that we're going to do anything at that point. And for us to be able to come back like we did was significant. And I think that turned into something. We played Sam Houston, and they're a very good team as well. And we were able to beat them. So we've been able to beat some pretty good teams. And then we went to FAU, which I think are a really solid team. Their top 5 guys in the lineup are really good. They're as good as anyone in our conference. And to be able to come and shut them down like we did, I thought that was a really significant win. for us. But I think there's more to come. I think we haven't had like a full offense pitching game yet, but I think that's coming.
And speaking of that pitching side, in this weekend against FAU, how about Parker Smith today named Conference USA Pitcher of the Week? And I learned right before the show the first time we've had one of those since 2019.
Wow.
So it's been a minute. So,
who was it, Canarino? We were thinking
Evan Kravitz.
That was Evan Kravitz. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so how about Parker's game? And, the next two games didn't work out for you, just how that set the tone for that season. Don't get a lot of 1-0 games these days in college baseball.
No, you don't. That was a great game. He was in control. Like even during the whole year, even when he hasn't had his best stuff, he still found a way to compete and not really give up many runs. So that's always a good sign. So I thought he had everything just going on Friday. Was able to shut down some pretty good hitters from them. Not many rallies, and even when we had guys on first and second, he was able to shut the door with them, just make quality pitches and shut them down. I mean, he has such good movement that anytime there's a man on first, there's a chance for a double play. So he always has that, which is a strength. But, he came out the seventh, and he was like, don't even think about taking me out. So after the eighth, I was looking at Parker Bangs, that is, and I was like, hey, man, what the heck's going on? And he was like, didn't want to look at me. And I was like, go talk to Parker. I don't want to even talk to Parker right now. So he went out. He's like, no, he's good. He's good. So he went out there, and we just let him go and see if he could complete the game. And he was not happy either when I went to go get him. But ultimately, I'm like, look, man, I'm trying to win this game. He did great. And then Linsky came in and shut the door. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, we also got Pierce Gallo here, one of your leading hitters, and that 4-hit game on Sunday. But Pierce showing up yet again.
No, he's done great. He's moved around. We've had him at the top of the lineup. We've had him lead off, hit second. Hit fifth. So, I mean, he might like fifth a lot. I mean, he end up looking good at that spot. But he's done really well with runners on scoring position as well. So it's something that we definitely have to take into consideration. So we got to try to figure out how to get guys on for him to come up big. And I think moving forward, we're going to end up doing that. He's probably going to be somewhere in the top 5 in our lineup. And he's definitely taking a lead on the defensive side as well. Helping out. He eases the pressure a little bit on Royo and short, which is great. So it's been beyond offense when it comes to Pierce Gallo.
And how about Connor Walsh's season so far? For a lot of the year, leading you in homers and RBIs, and stolen bases and OPS on base percentage. And I know he scuffled a little bit at the plate lately, but what has Connor done to take it up a level or two this season?
Yeah, he ended up. He had a streak there where he was really comfortable in his own skin, and he's got the fastest bat on our team. He's arguably the most talented player on our team. He's fast. He can throw. He has unbelievable bat speed, and he's also a great human. So you always pull for that guy. So I think what he ended up doing was being able to repeat his swing, get in a better rhythm, be real comfortable with what he was doing. I felt like he was being able to be more adjustable at the plate. And then all of a sudden, when he puts the barrel on the ball, it jumps. The ball jumps. He hit the farthest ball that we had hit. In fact, the farthest ball I saw all last year, he hit it in Charlotte. So he was able to hit the homer. He was the one run when Parker pitched and won. An opposite field line drive homer that, I mean, the wind was tough. And for him to do that, not many people can do that. So he's getting into his rhythm. I think we need him to just continue on and keep it. I mean, hitting is difficult. So to be able to be consistent for a long time is tough. But we're working on him, and hopefully that can continue on because we definitely need him to have a big year.
All right, Coach, your first tour of duty is done. Be back later, okay?
Sounds great.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bixby family and baseball coach for Rice Owls, José Cruz Jr. Yes, indeed. We go from one former Bel Air Cardinal to another. Parker Smith coming up next year at the high table here. We're at Palace Social. Back more, the José Cruz Jr. Show from Learfield.
Big trip on the horizon? Before you depart, you gotta park. The Parking Spot is a simpler, easier way to navigate airport parking, and you can save when you book online. You're guaranteed a spot, and we even pick you up at your trunk in our yellow and black spotted shuttles and take you straight to the terminal. Parking and saving come full circle at the Parking Spot. The Parking Spot, proud sponsor of Rice University. Visit theparkingspot.com to reserve your spot today.
We interrupt your top 40 hits to issue this alert from the Karbach Brewing Company. In our efforts to brew our distinct and popular Hopadillo IPA, we have unwittingly created a monster with an insatiable thirst, a monster that will not stop until it gets what it wants, an ice-cold Hopadillo IPA, just like the one I'm holding in my hand. Bold, flavorful, dry-hopped, irresistible. No, sweet Mary! Hopadillo. Find it before it finds you. Bravely brewed in Texas by the Karbach Brewing Company.
Howdy Homemade Ice Cream is here. Howdy is an ice cream shop in Katy, Texas that makes ice cream in-house and has a unique mission to employ individuals that are differently abled. Stop by and enjoy some ice cream. With every scoop you buy, you help support employment for special needs. Coming to Rice Athletics venues in the fall.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great, and we want you to join us. Excellent training, fantastic benefits in retirement, and zero student loan debt. Build a better career. To find out more, visit IBEW716.net.
Hey, it's JP here to tell you that, yes, there's more Rice Owls content out there for you to consume. Subscribe and download the official podcast of Rice Athletics, Rice Owls Insider. Rice Owls Insider provides a unique new look at a variety of head coaches, players, and other integral voices inside the Rice Athletics department. Plus, you can find archived coaches shows as well. For the best in Rice Owls content, subscribe to Rice Owls Insider, the official podcast of Rice Athletics. Available on Apple, Stitcher, and Spotify.
Live at Palace Social, this is the José Cruz Jr. Show. Now, alongside the coach, let's rejoin the voice of the Owls, J.P. Heath.
Yes, you know it. Welcome back here at Palace Social, 4191 Bel Air Boulevard. You know there, you can't miss it. Just coming down here, just down the road from Rice U, family-friendly restaurant, entertainment, event venue. Short drive from Rice, bowling lanes, high-end food, craft cocktails, virtual reality, much more. You can book your next event, palacesocial.com. Good friends, good food, good times here at Palace Social. Joined now by the reigning Conference USA Pitcher of the Week. Good timing all the way around. Parker Smith, how are you doing, young man?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it worked out perfectly. It's something people out here probably don't care one hoot about. But I was talking with Kirby, like, who do we get? And I was like, what do you think about Parker? And then I didn't see Parker walking right behind me. How about him? Oh, yeah, okay. He just pitched a 8 2/3 shutout. So, and with the Bel Air theme, it works out too. So, first off, the matter at hand, discuss the win and that struggle and that competitiveness, wanting to stay in the game, like Coach was referencing in his segment. How bad do you want to stay in there?
I gave Coach a big thumbs down in that high five line after the win. But I mean, I'm competitive, and of course, I wanted to stay in. But I'm just glad we got the win. I'm glad we closed it out. Got a Friday win. And yeah, like that. That's all you can really ask for. I mean, I knew I was at 114 pitches or something like that. And, one guy on, one swing can change the ball game. And, we brought Linsky in, and he finished it out, and he was really good.
Yeah, 112 for you, Linsky 2 to get the save. So it worked out for both of you.
Very much so.
So I wanted to rewind a few months going back. I forget if you told me this secondhand or if it was Coach Parker or all three of y'all told me about how you came to Coach in the offseason and said, I want to be the Friday night guy. So as much as you want to tell us about that, not say pressure, but just that gravitas, I guess, to want to be in that situation has obviously suited you well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I knew even last year, I thought I was going to get opportunities and ended up not getting them. And that, taught me kind of a lot. And then this summer going into it, I said, I want to have the most available challenge on the pitching staff against myself to be able to go out and win the Friday job. My dream since, I've always pictured myself and viewed myself as the Friday night starter, wearing, our pinstripes at Reckland Field. And it turned out to be, like that. And so I'm very grateful, and coaches, really helped me. Coach Bangs, Coach Cruz, they've all supported me, and it's been really good.
So I remember you telling me that in the past too, and reminding me over our Cuban sandwiches on Friday.
Yes,
we had a nice lengthy lunch at Padrino's there. Miami Boca, it all blends together. But how you've been coming to Rice games forever and a day. So this is going to make me feel really old, and some of us out here. But what's your first Rice baseball memory?
I believe vividly. I mean, I've probably been to many before, but vividly, the one that I remember the most is it was a regional at Rice, I believe Texas A&M, and some other
George Mason.
Yeah. That was
2014.
2014. That was my first big memory of that. I remember it was raining, and there was a big old delay. Blake Fox pitched in that game. It was like a 15-inning game, and so that was one of my core memories. I also was able to throw out the first pitch at a Rice game, I believe, in, I don't know what year. I think it was 2012, 2013, in there. And we have the video and everything. And so that was pretty cool. So, yeah.
So talk about what this season's done for you and how you've strided up to this point, being the pitcher of the week, but a lot's come before that too. Don't want to focus just on that one start, but what do you think has changed this year for you to develop into this quality of pitcher?
For sure. I think last year I really didn't know what to expect, how to work from batter to batter, pitch to pitch. And this past summer really opened my eyes to that. And knowing, I have a schedule, I'm pitching on this day, every week, week in, week out, and having a routine, being able to work backwards from Thursday, Wednesday, and so on. That's really helped me, just creating a routine. But as well as just learning more about the game, learning more about pitching, and my mentality of, just leaving it out on the field. Last year I was like, I don't want to fail. I don't, I want to, be able to do the best I can, and, for my teammates. And this year I'm going out there and having fun. And I think that's been a change, the switch. So that's really, yeah.
Talking to Parker Smith here on the Jose Cruz Jr. Show at Palace Social. I wanted to rewind since it's a Bel Air theme. You were in an icy cold day. It was so cold. I was broadcasting outside. I'll never forget your first career win at then Houston Baptist.
Yes.
And you get Coach's first career win at Rice. So very symmetrical there. What do you remember about that feeling after getting that, and the symmetry between two old Cardinals helping each other out there?
For sure. I mean, that was one of the coldest days of the year, and so how it happened, we had a game then. It was for sure very cold. But I'm glad we did it. I'm very glad I got the start, the opportunity. Coming as a freshman, getting that midweek start, it was a really big opportunity for myself, and I capitalized on it. And again, going back, to the whole Bel Air thing. Coach Cruz went to Bel Air, I went to Bel Air. There is, a lot of symmetry in that. I think it's just cool. It's just really cool. And then still being, right down the street, being a, so-called hometown raised, so it's really cool.
All right, tell us a little bit about Pierce coming up here. He has equal fire on you, though. So what's something we might not know about young Mr. Gallo here?
Ooh, I don't know. Give me a minute. He probably has the worst hair on the team, by far. I mean,
looks pretty good to me.
You're
both not hurting for follically challenged folks like us. Not feeling sorry for you.
There you go.
Hey, appreciate it. Cafe Cubano suited you well too. You like that recommendation?
That's funny. That was awesome.
Okay.
That was awesome.
Yeah, got you pepped up to study that night. I know you had to get some caffeine. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Be doing more of these. The one and only Pride of Bel Air here in Bel Air. The one and only Parker Smith joining us here. Stay tuned. We'll have Pierce Gallo Talk some Georgia stuff coming up next. It's the Jose Cruz Jr. Show live here from Palace Social from Learfield.
Houston, we have a cocktail. All Hands Canned Cocktails are made with 6 times distilled craft vodka at a sturdy 10% ABV to ensure you never have to sacrifice the quality of your provisions. Now available in 6 natural flavors, including raspberry lemonade, ruby red grapefruit, cherry limeade, cranberry and vodka soda, and vodka tonic classics. Follow the adventure on Instagram at @DrinkAllHands and try these bar-strength cocktails for yourself at the next game. All Hands, damn fine cocktails. Proud sponsor of Rice Athletics.
Owls fans, you may not think of yourself as an athlete, but everyday life is full of athletic feats. You bend, you reach, you lift, you twist until back, neck, or shoulder pain hits, which brings you to a stop. So whether you're an athlete or not, the Joint Chiropractic can help ease your pain and keep you on the active list. Visit any of our 40-plus Houston area locations or thejoint.com today to get your first consultation, exam, and adjustment for just $29. The Joint Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of Rice University Athletics.
Have no post-game plans? You do now. Head down the street to Little Woodrow's in Rice Village and relax over indoor and outdoor games, sports, and drink specials that a college student can't refuse. All you have to do is bring your student ID to enjoy $2.50 domestic drafts. Also, don't miss out on our Thursday college nights as we've got $2 domestic drafts and $3 shot specials. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on all of our upcoming events and specials. Little Woodrow's, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.
Your one stop for all college sports is the Varsity app and the brand new Varsity Network website, thevarsitynetwork.com. Keep up with your favorite teams and the rest of college sports, no matter where you are, with thevarsitynetwork.com. Live and on-demand broadcasts, your favorite college-centric podcasts with stories and video around college sports and your favorite teams. Be sure to download the Varsity app and check out the brand new Varsity Network website, thevarsitynetwork.com.
Welcome back to the Jose Cruz Jr. Show. Here again, the voice of the Owls, J.P. Heath.
Yes, you know it. Welcome back here at Palace Social. Again, this is amazing. Supposed to paint the picture in my side of the business. They got an arcade to our right, VR. There's a golf simulator, and you probably get enough of the Bixby batting barn there, Pierce. But they've got a simulator there with the baseball pitching, hitting off the. It's amazing. They got the bowling alley right by us. They got the good grub, good folks, good times, like Billy and his folks say. But joined now by no stranger to Rice Owls fans and here on the show. I was just looking up some notes from last year. It is the one and only Pierce Gallo. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. I'm just now getting used to your number change.
That's right.
So you switched from 31 to 3.
Yes.
And basic question, there might be just some simple reason for it. Why did you switch numbers?
So 31 was the lowest number they had available last year. I was the last guy to commit. So that was there. 3 was my number growing up, 3 and 2. So guy obviously had 2. So I went with 3. I was happy. Hal Hughes was lucky enough to pass it on to me. So it's good. I'm happy with 3.
It's just a good sound baseball number too.
That's right.
So let's kind of go in reverse order. 4-hit game on Sunday. I know you'd trade the hits to get that win, but what's been working well for you lately out there, that game specifically?
I think just sticking to my approach, which is trying to hit a ground ball to second base and not trying to do too much. I've done that for most of the season, and it's worked out well. I know what kind of hitter I am. It's a singles guy, gap-to-gap guy, and get on base for guys to drive me in. So that's been my main objective, is to get on base, start rallies, keep them going. This weekend was just, finding my pitch. They like to live outside a lot, so I was looking that direction, and then just looking at all counts for pitches to hit and drive hard up the middle.
Coach mentioned how you've been a good influence with young Ben Royo out there. You playing short a lot of last year when Hal went down, has that helped you help him?
Absolutely, yeah. I love being able to be up there with Royo. He's a really special talent. I think he's going to be really, really good. But shortstop is a really hard position to play when you're a freshman because there's a lot of responsibility. So I've been lucky enough to be there next to him and help him out if he has any questions. He's been doing a pretty good job, just by himself, defensively and offensively. But he's handled the pressure really, really well, and I'm really proud of him. So
So go back a little bit of last year compared to this year, how you went through the tough part of last season and coach called spade a spade. You guys are 500 through 28 games, the halfway point of the regular season. The last year took you a lot longer. I mean, that's just the numbers are the numbers. So what's different? I asked coach, but what from the playing side of things, obviously experience, but what's different as you see it?
I think it's all about the mentality that we have going down now. Last year we would go down or we'd start going into battle and we'd kind of just give it away and let it go like, oh, here's another loss. This year we go down by 1 run and we come back and we have a big inning. And that's happened pretty much in all of our games. Even the ones we've lost, we've competed. So just that change of mentality that we're always in the game. We have pitchers that can come in and shut us out. And, we have hitters that can start rallies.
So it might not seem like it's symmetrical on the outside, but obviously everything ties in on the field. With the guy like Parker Smith pitching and having new mentality from a new pitching coach, does that make things easier on the defense? Because, knock on the nearest wood, the defense has stepped up too, and you've obviously solidified that up the middle.
Yeah, I think, first of all, adding the new turf field has been a huge bonus to us. It's definitely helped our defense, giving our pitchers a lot of confidence to just throw it, in the strike zone and let them hit it and let their defense play. But then having pitchers like Parker, who our defense has a lot of confidence in to get outs and consistently have balls hit in our direction is good. As anyone will tell you, like the more balls you get, the more engaged you are as a fielder, the better you're going to be. If you sit there for 5 to 6 innings and there's a lot of walks and you don't have a lot going on, you can play on your heels. But if you're getting balls every inning and stuff's happening, you're always on your toes, you're going to play better as a defense as a whole.
Who's your favorite player, big leagues, or a couple of them?
Currently playing?
Yeah, or hey, you're the guest.
So all time it's tied between Derek Jeter and Mickey Mantle.
Okay.
And then currently playing, I really like Brandon Crawford.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned a couple of the Yankees there, but you're a Braves fan growing up, so no Chipper Jones.
So I'm actually a Yankees fan growing up.
That's right. Okay.
But yeah, my dad's from New Jersey. I spent all my summers up at the Jersey Shore.
That's right.
So I got to go catch a playoff game this year, even though everyone's giving me the thumbs down now.
Yeah, can we end this interview now? Would that be awkward? Is that? Yeah, okay, we got to keep going, they say.
Yeah, I caught a game last year. It was really cool. I really like the way the Yankees are playing right now. So hopefully they're back in Houston and can give them some payback this year. That'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, I remember now as I looked at more of my notes. But you growing up around Atlanta, you get recruited by Paul Yanish, who you obviously are very familiar of, watching a lot of his games. So kind of retroactively take us through that. You're like, oh, I'm on the phone with Paul Yanish here.
Yeah.
He's recruited me to play baseball.
No, I mean, that was part of my decision to come to Rice was the guys that I was talking to. So when you have an assistant coach and a head coach who've both played at the highest level and had really long, successful careers at that level, that's where you want to go play because those guys have done it. They have the experience, the firsthand knowledge of what it takes to get there. So it's pretty special. And being able to go see Giannis play when I was little as a Brave, when I was down in Atlanta playing in the tournament was cool. But yeah, it's been a great year and a half with him, and I'm really lucky to have him as a coach. So it's been cool.
So he told me before the season, I was just getting the lay of the land of the guys. You have an entrepreneurial mindset.
That's right. Yeah.
Econ major at Rice.
Yes.
You're going to do okay in this world, whether it's baseball or not. But what do you see yourself doing? I know you still have time on the diamond. I'm not trying to push you out the door or anything, but what the bigger picture? What interests you outside of ball or including ball in the bigger picture?
So this summer, I'm going to be working in investment banking in the oil and gas sector at Intrepid Financial Partners. They're an investment bank here in Houston and New York. I'm really excited about that. Maybe after that, go into private equity. But if I like investment banking, stay that route. And then kind of off of that, real estate is a cool passive thing that I'm just starting to learn about. But I really enjoy investing. One of our managers, Adam Desroches, is big into investing. So we always talk it in the locker room, and we're starting to get some other guys involved. But yeah, I know Coach Giannis has that same mindset. So we always talk about it. We were talking about a laundry. So down in Atlanta where I live, all the teams come there and play at Lake Point, which is about 30 minutes from my house. But they only have a certain amount of laundry machines at the hotels. So we were talking about getting a van and bringing it to the hotels and then bringing that to a coin laundry and then having that as a service. And he was like, I'm down there all summer anyway recruiting. So that might be a good business startup. And I was like, okay, yeah, maybe I should invest in this with you. Let's get this started. But it's fun to talk about stuff like that. I think being around like Rice guys that have that mindset is cool and makes it more fun to come to the field.
What's your toughest class / most challenging class or rewarding class? Hey, I got a B when I thought I'd flunk, or I got an A when I thought I'd get a C. Is there a couple like that?
Yeah. So this semester, all my classes are the first time released at Rice because of the new business major. So I have a class called Advanced Corporate Finance. There's 7 students in it. It's a very challenging class. We're learning about M&A deals right now, but I'm getting a lot out of it. I'll use a lot of the information this summer in my internship. It's a really difficult class, a lot of case studies, but I'm having a fun time doing it. I've met some really cool, students, and it's been a fun class. Love the professor.
All right, laundry business. I'm going to write that. I want to take that from. Hey, thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Good getting to know you. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Pierce Gallo, Yankees fan, joining us. Get out of here, Yankees fan. No, thank you much. Appreciate it. Stay tuned. Coming up next, Coach Cruz will come up next. We'll preview those Cougars and Louisiana Tech. Stay tuned. More the José Cruz Jr. Show from Palace Social. It's Rice Baseball from Learfield.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great. When your next construction project needs to be on time and on budget, it's time to hire IBEW electricians. Learn more at IBEW716.net.
DoubleTree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites is the preferred hotel for anybody visiting the Medical Center, the Museum District, or Rice University. We offer the largest suites in the Medical Center, complete with full kitchens, and our full-service restaurant and outdoor pool will make your stay complete. We look forward to having you experience the DoubleTree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites soon. And if you need a group rate or 10 or more rooms, don't forget to call 713-528-7744. That's 713-528-7744.
Big trip on the horizon? Before you depart, you gotta park. The parking spot is a simpler, easier way to navigate airport parking, and you can save when you book online. You're guaranteed a spot, and we even pick you up at your trunk in our yellow and black spotted shuttles and take you straight to the terminal. Parking and saving come full circle at the parking spot. The Parking Spot, proud sponsor of Rice University. Visit theparkingspot.com to reserve your spot today.
Houston, we have a cocktail. All Hands Canned Cocktails are made with 6 times distilled craft vodka at a sturdy 10% ABV to ensure you never have to sacrifice the quality of your provisions. Now available in 6 natural flavors, including raspberry lemonade, ruby red grapefruit, cherry limeade, cranberry and vodka soda, and vodka tonic classic. Follow the adventure on Instagram at @DrinkAllHands and try these bar-strength cocktails for yourself at the next game. All Hands, damn fine cocktails. Proud sponsor of Rice Athletics.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Live at Palace Social, this is the José Cruz Jr. Show. Now, alongside the coach, let's rejoin the voice of the Owls, J.P. Heath.
A flurry of activity around here. You got folks bowling out there, some at the bar back here, of course, dining here right in front of us. And we have the arcade. All right, Coach. Billy mentioned it first segment. Take a few hacks sometime, our remaining 7 weeks.
I think that's definitely a possibility.
Okay. It's right over there in that little black curtain booth.
That's
so better you than me or any of us here. Show us your
If I do it, you do it. You know?
Hey, I don't mind. So tell us, you got the Cougars coming up tomorrow, first game of the Silver Glove Series here. They just beat number 8 ECU 2 out of 3 games. So obviously, Coach Whitting, and they'd won like 13 out of their last 16 games. So they played a lot better ball recently.
Right. So they're playing good. They start off kind of cold, and I know that of late they've been hot, so which is great for Todd and company. And they got, I want to say we have the same schedule or same record right now. So, it's always, it doesn't matter what our records are. I think ultimately we end up playing really good games and competitive games with them. It's definitely the crosstown rival thing. And it'll be more of that tomorrow, I'm sure.
Yeah, just different pep in the step. You can feel it. You walk in the park, whether it's, I guess we got them twice at our place this year.
That's right. It's one of the things that Todd and I thought was a good idea. Instead of playing in a neutral spot, we just play, one team will have 2 games at home and the other one away. We've been considering maybe even having a series with them as opposed to playing in different midweeks, just having a complete weekend. Maybe 2 at home and 1 on the road, and we'll just switch off who gets 2.
Wow.
But keep it like a whole entire weekend, maybe at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. So obviously doing with the pitching, anything stand out with their team?
No, we're not. We're getting the midweek stuff, so it'll be a little bit different than their weekend rotation, which will be the same for us as far as how we attack them. So it's definitely the depth of what we're both bringing that is going to be showcased, and hopefully we'll have some guys that get opportunities that have nice games and open our eyes to maybe move into the weekend and be more of a participant there. So it's definitely going to be, it should be offensive somewhat game. Hopefully we can do the best job we can. We have some guys that are fresh that haven't thrown that much of late that we need to throw out there and see what they can do. Because ultimately it's like we feel like they have a chance to be part of our future. So we're going to showcase that tomorrow.
And you got Louisiana Tech coming in Thursday, Friday, Saturday with the Easter holiday this weekend. Louisiana Tech's won 7 straight against you. They lost 2 of 3 against Dallas Baptist, and same identical record going into their midweek game. But Coach Burrow's team, always solid, always feisty the last few years we played them.
100%. Last year we played them actually fairly well. Maybe I want to say it was a mistake pitch late in the game on Friday, and then we also played them really close on Saturday and Sunday the same. I remember it was like late. Our bullpen was light, and we ended up losing the game late. So we played them pretty tough. But their team is always feisty. You're absolutely right. They have a lot of fight in them. I mean, their coach has a lot of fight in them. Lane Burroughs, super guy, class guy, very competitive, and they always have some pretty good arms. So their pitcher is a veteran guy. Their Friday night guy, it seems like he's been pitching. I think he's faced all of my children, so he's been around. He's very competitive, has a ride on his ball, and he's left-handed. And they always have a really good guy at the end of it. And I want to say this year is no different. But a couple of the names that we recognize that are still on that team are McLeod. He's an infielder for them. They played third last year. We have Corona, who's their catcher, who's a big guy, big fella, can hit. Matulia, who's also been there for a long time. I want to say he's the St. Pius guy, the Houston guy, who's having a pretty good year. So those guys stand out as guys that we have to be careful with this weekend when they come in here and try to keep them from doing too much damage against us. But I'm sure we're going to come up with a good game plan and see if we can shut them down and see if we can create some offense on what they bring. With
the series being moved up a day, both teams obviously playing with it. How does that change any of the routines, if not just adjust?
It won't change anything. The only difference is going to be because we play on Tuesday and then we play on Thursday with those pitchers that throw on Tuesday. So we're going to be pretty conscious of who throws that day against Houston, and I'm sure they're going to be doing the same thing on their Tuesday game. So that's it. We're both playing the same game. It's like sometimes some of the guys that pitch on a Wednesday and then we play on Friday. So it'll be something comparable to that, but I don't think it'll be much of an effect.
All right. I'm not breaking any news. There's a little basketball game up the road. I don't think you told me over the weekend you didn't really do a bracket, but any UConn, San Diego State feelings? You care one way or another?
I don't, but I mean, the big dog's going to be UConn. You got to try and beat them.
I think so.
So it's going to be a tall task for San Diego State to win that game.
All right, Coach. We'll do more of these. Thank you much.
I'm looking forward
Appreciate
to
it.
Thank you.
Bixby family at baseball coach for Rice Owls, Jose Cruz Jr. I'll wrap it up. Coming up next, more coming up here from Palace Social. It's the Jose Cruz Jr. Show from Learfield.
Howdy Homemade Ice Cream is here. Howdy is an ice cream shop in Katy, Texas that makes ice cream in-house and has a unique mission to employ individuals that are differently abled. Stop by and enjoy some ice cream. With every scoop you buy, you help support employment for special needs. Coming to Rice Athletics venues in the fall.
Have no post-game plans? You do now. Head down the street to Little Woodrow's in Rice Village and relax over indoor and outdoor games, sports, and drink specials that a college student can't refuse. All you have to do is bring your student ID to enjoy $2.50 domestic drafts. Also, don't miss out on our Thursday college nights as we've got $2 domestic drafts and $3 shot specials. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on all of our upcoming events and specials. Little Woodrow's, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.
The true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids dealing with life-altering diagnoses. Team Impact pairs these kids with college athletic teams as part of a 2-year program, getting them off the sideline and into the game. The collegiate student-athletes gain a new teammate, a new friend, and a new perspective. For more information, visit teamimpact.org. Team Impact, all in, all together.
A college basketball podcast for fans, by fans. Hey, this is Stephen Hartzell, host of College Sports Now. Join us throughout the season when we talk hoops with some of the biggest names in the game. Coaches, writers, players, we'll go coast to coast. We'll give you some of the best college basketball content as only we can on CSN. Follow along on Twitter at CSNowTweets. And don't forget, you can subscribe to College Sports Now wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to the Jose Cruz Jr. Show. Here again, the voice of the Owls, J.P. Heath.
Yes. Welcome back. Wrapping things up here at Palace Social. Said it a couple times, but remember, we'll be back here each and every week, 7 until 8. We've got the YouTube, Facebook streams. We're also on the Varsity Network app, the Rice Owls Game Day app, and riceowls.com. Kevin, you there? Kevin's at the ice cream bar. They treat you okay today? Kevin, hardest working guy in the place here. Appreciate him for serving. They got bowling here. They got VR. They got. I'm just amazed. I wonder if they have size 14 bowling shoes. So we got to knock that out, Walter. Walter's bringing his kiddos 1 week too, because this is a place for one and for all. Don't forget Rice baseball coming up. Rice at the Cougars coming up tomorrow, 6:30. That's on ESPN Plus. You can sync me up, syncmygame.com. And then remember, Thursday through Saturday this week, 6:30 for the starts Thursday and Friday, and 2 o'clock for that series finale on Saturday. Also, don't forget, be thinking about it coming up in a couple of weeks. The Blue-Gray Weekend is coming up. You can join the Rice family for a full weekend of events. Cheer on the Owls baseball that weekend against Charlotte. You got men's tennis with the Turpin Cup against SMU at noon. And then the spring football game later that night is at 6 o'clock. RiceHouse.com for more info on that. The Blue-Gray Weekend coming up. Well, we did a good job on our opener here, I think. Thank y'all for coming out. Appreciate y'all very much. This is going to be amazing. Really appreciate Billy for coming on. Of course, thanks to Coach Cruz. Bel Air theme with Parker Smith. He demanded to come on here on the he did not. But thanks to Pierce Gallo as well. Don't forget about that laundry business. He'll do fine. Thanks to Walter here engineering, and thanks to Ashley back at the studio. I've got a basketball game to go to. I'm going to mosey on up the road. How about that? Stay tuned. We'll be back tomorrow. Rice and the Cougars coming up. This has been the Jose Cruz Jr. Show live from Palace Social from Learfield.
On the Rice Sports Network from Learfield, you've been listening to the Jose Cruz Jr. Show live at Palace Social. Tonight's show was brought to you by IBEW Local Union 716, Carbach, crafted for serious fun, and by Palace Social, one of Houston's premier entertainment and event destinations, offering high-end food and cocktails, bowling, virtual reality, arcade, and so much more. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Rice Sports Network.